to Meditations of Medicated Minds. I am one of the hosts. We're both sexy bastards too. I am Mike Usenick, and this is.
It almost sounds like you called us hoes. Horse jizzle for shizzle. How y'all doing?
We are sexy hoes, dude. I don't even charge people.
But I know you said hosts, but it sounded like you said hoes.
We are the hoes.
We are sexy bitches.
We're sexy bitches, yeah, baby, yeah. Make sure you share this because we have a very heavy episode.
Facts. If you guys can, smash that like button. I need you guys to subscribe. Do all the things. Share this out. Tag a few friends you think would enjoy what we have to do in this brand of content because it's about to get it's going to get a little hairy, but it's going to be fun.
A little hairy.
He's involved. It's already hairy.
It's already a hairy subject.
But if you guys can, smash that bell, set notifications, don't miss any notifications from this page. If you guys can, also go hit Dabbing with Dad's page, show them some love. WTHC, you always have to show those guys some love. We absolutely love you guys.
And I have a morning show tomorrow morning.
Facts. Isn't that every day?
Every day, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till noon. You have to download the TuneIn app or Live 365, but it is on there. And all you got to do is look up WTHC, not the radio part, just WTHC. It'll pop up and you just listen to us. And it's me and Hippie, and whoever's in the Discord can be brought up. We have a live studio audience section. Go in there and we can pull anybody from there at any given time throughout the radio show.
As soon as I have some time in a morning, I promise I'm going to.
It's going to be awesome because it's kind of like, I don't like comparing anything, but it's like your typical, like, it's not your typical, but it's like your stoner-esque version of, like, you know, them like talk shows, kind of like Stern,
like Talk Sex
Conan or Talk Sex or whatever, where they just brought random characters on and shit, random people. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I like the idea behind that. However, Ohio state legislators are on all types of bullshit right now. So basically what they've done, they waited the 30 days since we've nice. Your hair said, boosh.
My hair went. You're trying to have a serious conversation. I look like the fucking Weekend, bro. I'm over here like.
Oh, let's bring this up a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's stand up. Be counted. Boom. That's better.
Weekend in the house, bro. But yeah, go ahead and be serious for a minute.
To a point, I'm like, if I lose my temper, I apologize.
Oh, come on, we gotta be professional.
I'll be professional.
You're not even wearing the weed suit tomorrow. You're so professional.
I know.
So proud.
Do you realize how hard it is to get me in a pair of slacks that don't have weed print all over them? It's a challenge.
You know how hard it is to put me in pants at all?
Facts.
I am one of the few men that have sweatpants that aren't gray. Look at this shit.
He said blue sweatpants season.
It is blue sweatpants season.
Fuck your life, bing bong.
You can see the print a little bit less, so women have to guess a little
I keep one or two.
bit. Yeah, but let's talk about legislation.
But, so we're 2 days away from certifying the vote. That's 48 hours, which means we only have a very short deadline to pull off. We need to pull off. Billy Blaze, if you guys don't know who he is, you're living under a rock. You're in the cannabis realm. But you can go to his Facebook page. You go to my Facebook page. It's Matt Cooper. We just shared it. It's actually it's called, the comment tag is Call to Arms. But we have a list of every state representative's email, their phone numbers. What they did was they drug their feet for the last 30 days. We're 48 hours away from them certifying the absolute worst case scenario as far as this legalization is concerned. Mm-hmm. We worked our ass off to get this legalization to go through. So what they did was, instead of the 2.5 ounces you'd be able to carry, 1 ounce. That's it. Flower cap, 25%. 25%. That's it. And that's for the medical too. So those of you with medical cards, listen up, because this affects you greatly. 50% cap on concentrates. That means certain Delta products are stronger than the cannabis you're allowed to get on the medical market in Ohio if this happens.
Bro, have you ever wanted recreational so bad you make it more illegal?
Right. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever wanted to, like, it was one thing, and here's what, like, really, like, grinds my gears about it.
What grinds your gears?
DeWine stated in the beginning that once we cleared the vote, at first he had said he was going to veto it. And everyone called him on his bullcrap about it. So he said he's going to, you know what I mean? Because
it's a nice show. We're locked in shit.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to keep my. But anyhow, the man said that he wanted to make sure that everything was cut and dry, clear as crystal by the 7th when this went through. So they were going to meet. The House was going to meet 2 different times. And they were going to change whatever they could about this, and then they were going to certify the vote. So instead, they took the entire initiative, crumbled it up, and threw it the fuck away.
Fuck them guys.
50%, we've been complaining about 70% strains or caps on concentrates since medical started. So instead, they decided to take it and make it even lower, which I'm sorry, people like John Lee, shout out John Lee, love you, bud.
Come on, man.
But people like John Lee who are in horrible car accidents that are literally only up and walking around because of cannabis are supposed to survive with 50% concentrates?
So in layman's terms, for those that don't know, what is the percentage exactly mean? Because I've had people ask me that, and I've explained it to them, but there's a lot of people that don't understand.
The percentages are basic. It's the activated THC count of whatever it is that you're using. So cannabis is usually, I think they have it capped at like 32% or something like that.
I think it's 30, but
yeah, 30, 32, one of the two. But that is the cap in Ohio for medical. So they said, okay, and which I thought when I was first reading it, it meant it would be a cap of 25% and 50% for concentrates. Nope. Which, if anything, would just be more of a reason for everyone to get their medical cards. Nope. And wrong answer. What they decided to do is this is going to affect even the medical side. But to take that even further,
they're now going after CBD.
CBD and other hemp-related products will be illegal because no more than 2 milligrams.
Right now, it's like, what,
5 nanograms is what it takes to pop through a piss test.
That's what I thought.
There's not a product on the market that would be legal under this fucking legalization, which means people like Jason Wilson, who just went through all the hoops from Ohio. He paid millions, had millions and millions of dollars put into this grow. 90% of the strains that man just chopped down, getting ready for market, would be illegal.
And they're also going after companies like the Holistic Cloud and like any other CBD shop.
Yeah, and any other CBD store within earshot of this video should be listening and really paying attention. Because this affects you. This affects everybody. Companies like Plant Puff, Ghost. There is not a product that is on the line. There's nowhere that you can go that you can find a product that would be able to be used or sold. You'll have to go to a dispensary. Here's the fun part. There is no dispensary for recreational for at least the next year. What are people supposed to do?
Like, I don't understand, like, why are they making money so much? Because that's just going to take all the business to fucking West Virginia, to Michigan. Like, we already have that fucking problem. How are we going to fix it? By making it worse. They want to talk about how legalizing it's going to cause crime. Doing this stupid shit.
They're forcing people back to the fucking market. They're forcing people back to the streets. The problem was they decided, oh, if we legalize it, it's going to ramp up the opiate pandemic. No, what the fuck you just did is going to make that worse.
Exactly. And, like, it's fucking awful because now, if we have to go back to the streets, we got to worry about it being laced. We got to worry about this, that, and the other. This is not fucking 1970 anymore. Bro.
No, they want to shoot down the home grow because they want you to get your CBD from them. They want you to get your weed from them. They don't want you growing your own. They don't want any of that. Beaner, what's up, Bubba?
What up, Beaner? Love
Thank you so much, man.
Like, I'm gonna be on WTHC tomorrow morning to talk about this shit, but I need you to send me all the information again so that I have it all fresh and ready and everything that's going on live on time.
Everything to you, and I will be able to give you guys live updates because I will be at the state capitol with everybody on the front lines tomorrow.
Would you be able to get into our Discord?
Yes, I have Discord on my phone. All you have to show them what the Discord is before we part ways tonight.
Are you on the WTHC Army, or do I have to send that to you?
You have to send it.
All right.
I don't know how to use Discord.
Hey, Beaner, let Hippie know that Coop's going to be on Buds and Banter tomorrow morning to keep us updated.
I'll be able to pop in and out. It won't be like we're on the side of the highway again, so you'll be able to hear me. But the other part of this that that's just grinding my gears about, like, just every aspect of this, is the monopoly that the government is trying to put in place. What is the point of allowing us to vote for something? Now, I understand they were going to change certain things because they said there was a lot that was left too open-ended. I'll give you that. Fine. They took everything about the initiative and threw it the fuck away. All of it. Everything that initiative was is now gone. And they've just basically, they took a medical program that we never voted on. There was no discussions about this CBD shit. First off, how in the fuck can you go against the Farm Bill?
Can I?
That's what makes CBD legal. That's what makes these other hemp products legal.
Can I add my input too? The fact is, under a democracy, what they were doing at first was, here, we will present a bill. You guys can agree on it. We'll vote on it. We'll pass it. That is democracy. What they're doing now is a fascist theocracy. They're claiming that what we said is not what the right way.
Yeah, it's not
they
good
said.
enough.
What they say is the right way. So we'll just fuck it up anyway.
Yep. And what I like is because, like, Representative Seitz had just recently quit smoking. So now he's got a hard on for the smoking side of it. So no public smoking, which is fine. Fine. But I thought we were regulating this like alcohol.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Like, I thought we were regulating this like alcohol. So basically what they're doing is it's already all their people that are in place with the grows and the dispensaries and all that fun stuff. They're not issuing any more licenses. So that means there's 16 to go around. That's it. When this is all said and done, they've already openly admitted they're not adding any more, and it's still the same stipulations as in the medical market. You got to have $1 million in liquid assets. You got to spend $20,000 for the chance to get one of those licenses. Basically, keeping the little man out so that American dream,
Would it be a good time to announce that you're running for governor of Ohio?
I'm running for something.
I mean, not running.
There's nothing. Well, no, we ain't running. If I'm running, something's behind me. But if that is what it takes, Billy Blaze has already said he's down. I will run for something. Matt, would you box someone in the charity boxing event for those that we see hero reasons? Just an ad idea ahead. I mean, I definitely would.
So, Beaner, I don't want to intrude because I know it's not my radio station. So if Hippie is okay with it, I don't want us taking over his radio. So,
well, right, and that's why I didn't.
But if he's
okay,
need
me to, I got you.
If he's okay with it, just let me know by morning time, Beaner, and we will have that on the show like we did with what was that? Was that the Cannabis Chronicles we did that on?
Yeah. Yes, we did. And that was when we were doing. That was for the.
And then we did it with Indie Show too. We did it. Yeah.
The biggest thing that we need to get.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna smoke it like this so I don't, just in case.
Yeah, there you go.
The old.
Oh, I thought you was gonna get 2 hands with it. So yeah, I'll be at the State House tomorrow with Billy Blaze and everybody else. But this affects. This affects and impacts absolutely everybody. You need to go send emails. You need to make phone calls. We have every state representative's number, every email. There better be a voicemail on every single one of them from anyone who's ever even thought about touching a joint. But even past that, if you don't have to even be a smoker. This is how quickly your rights can be taken away, whether you follow their rules or not. Because we jumped through their hoops, we collected the signatures, we had their little special election in August where they were trying to get that 10-day supplemental period taken away. So whenever they throw the books of signatures out, you don't have a way to fight them. We were able to get that overturned. So we jumped through that hoop, pushed and pushed and pushed so that everyone knew to go fucking vote. And they still, they took everything about that initiative and just said, bye.
This is unconstitutional, and it's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh, dude, there's no way in hell. But here's the thing. And I feel like they're banking on that. Because no matter what, they're going to certify the vote here in 48 hours.
Yeah.
That means we'll have another year of litigation. Now, granted, there's going to be none of these companies, like I said, Jason has millions of dollars tied up in this.
Yeah.
This is people's livelihood. Bill's got a couple 100,000 involved in just the one fucking store.
Yeah.
Plant Puff, they've got however many fucking LLCs and stuff that they operate under. Like, there's a lot of companies here that you're taking away jobs from Ohio. You're taking away potential jobs that would have came in with the dispensaries and grows. Because look how many people it takes to make a grow function properly. Like, those are all potential jobs. Trimmers, like bud tenders. You can't tell me that this isn't big pharma. You can't.
not just big pharma, but it is cigarette, tobacco, and lumber industry too, because it's a threat to all three.
They're putting bars up every day. There's no cap on how many packs of cigarettes I can buy.
Exactly.
There's no cap. I can go sit in a bar right now, sit my fucking debit card on the bar, and just say, hey, keep them coming.
Did you see what the fuck they are doing now? Hippie was showing me on the show. They are now in, of course, legal states and shit. They're taking hemp and they're building fucking houses.
Yeah, bro.
And it has built-in filtration because hemp sucks the fucking pollutants out of the air.
Dude, I'm telling you, you cannot tell me, like, this is not what we voted these people in for.
Nope. We voted them in to fucking listen to us, not to be daddy. You're
like,
not my daddy.
Nobody asked them to be a parent. Nobody asked them to tell us how we should feel or what to do. Just like the whole issue fucking won with the abortion and shit. Whether you're for it or against it, regardless, do you want someone telling you what you are allowed to do with your own body? No. No.
I don't. It's emotions getting in the way of politics, and that's not what this country was founded on. It's not.
Yeah.
Separation of church and state should also be separation of feelings and emotions and fucking law.
There's not a separation of church and state. There's not.
Every one of these illegal.
Every one of these politicians will sit there and they'll throw their religious belief at you, their opinion, and then the reason that they're not listening to you is because their opinion or religion.
And I hate to say this because I don't judge religion, but like if your view as a politician, if you ever say once God, you should no longer be a fucking politician.
Because you're not. There is that's literally supposed to be part of the checks and balances. But the problem is there is no checks and balances. You have a majority Republican House, you have a majority Republican Senate. It should be 50-50. Yep. Okay? That way you got to sway the other side to get your yays or nays. You can't have one side that is in more power that was supposed to be the whole fucking point.
We should be voting in like this is the Republicans who want this, is the Democrats have one.
Right. There should be 50-50 down the middle, because otherwise you're always going to lean more one side than the other.
Yep. And how do you progress as a society if you stay in one place?
Like, I don't understand for the life of me why they're willing. Not that, like, do you realize the amount of the amount of money that this state's going to lose to these lawsuits? Not only are they pissing away your tax money, which I hate to talk politics. I hate it.
We have to, as a cannabis advocates, though. It's
Facts.
a thing we got to do.
As an activist, you have to. The amount of tax money that they're willing to piss away just to play whose dick's bigger. The amount they're willing to let walk away. The amount of jobs that are willing to fucking run.
Winning that competition.
Oh, I'll never win that. Ever.
I did comedy.
Trust me.
A little too edgy.
I knew that. But the amount that they're throwing it away, and now these lawsuits that people are gonna win is coming out of your tax money. The hours you work every day, the shit that you have to buy in order just to survive that you're being taxed for. All of that money is going into somebody else's pocket because they fucked up.
Yep. And like it's crazy because we already are suffering because most of our tax dollars are going to Michigan. And now they're just screwing themselves even more because West Virginia is right fucking there. We can just take our business there.
And West Virginia wants to legalize.
Yeah. So what's stopping all of us from just moving to West Virginia?
Inevitably, that's what's going to happen.
Because that happened out west before Arizona legalized. People in Arizona was moving to California and shit.
They keep claiming that
Nevada.
The crime rate has risen since they've legalized. It hasn't even fucking legalized yet. So how can you start that stat considering we're still 48 hours away from you certifying that?
That don't make sense. I'm not laughing at that.
No, trust me. It's laughable at best.
It's fucking stupid, bro.
They claim the crime rate's already gone up. They claim the amount of DUIs is going up, which I haven't seen any. Everyone I've seen has been driving drunk, intoxicated on alcohol. Yep. And it'll specify if it's a Schedule 1 narcotic or if it's alcohol.
Isn't cannabis, if you're driving while high, it's a DWI? OVI?
Operating a vehicle intoxicated.
There's way too many of those out smoking.
It's a habit.
I just need a break for my lungs. I didn't need to stop altogether.
Frank's story, the government needs to be revamped and make it.
Frank's story's a good dude.
Because your people that are now have say so. No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. The problem is the people are supposed to have a say so, and then the government is supposed to say, okay, this is doable, this is legal.
Yep.
We can do it, or hey, that's not legal, we can't do that. That's how this is supposed to go. We say, these are the things that we need. You handle the paperwork. You're a glorified, like literally you're a glorified teacher.
No,
that no one has to listen to.
Glorified secretary.
There we go. Secretary's even better.
Yeah, secretary.
I was just thinking of somebody who sits around and like pushes papers. Because like
they don't, man, bro. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, most of these dope men would probably fit the fucking bill better.
I mean, honestly, a lot of our politicians are former.
Well, or they still are. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, my biggest issue with it is we vote them in. And it would be different if this didn't pass by, like, a large margin. They stopped counting because there was no way to catch up.
How about we fight to make alcohol illegal until they make marijuana legal?
I was honestly just fixing to bring that up. Because, again, they're not tagging any extra, like, restrictions on alcohol that kills people all the time. The crime rate that comes around with just drinking, like the amount of fucking DUIs and shit for people drinking, like I'm failing to see where like alcohol's still legal.
When your excuse to keep cannabis illegal is all stemmed from alcohol. That's every argument I've ever fucking heard. Yep. Well, what about prohibition? What about all the drunk drivers? Why is that a fucking marijuana issue? You should be going after alcohol, not marijuana.
Yeah, there'll be more driving around. So you're willing to leave the other people who don't drink and aren't happy with just drinking. We're allowed to be fucked because there's already too many drunk drivers. That's weird.
That's a weird argument.
You know what I mean?
Or but like I used to smoke.
People whose jobs, because in this bill, it stated that your job was allowed to specify if they wanted you to be allowed to smoke weed or not. So whether it's legal or not, your placement employment still has the right to say, we don't want you using it.
What if you want to smoke in a bar though, too? I'm just
well, that's the thing. We should have been able to have smoke lounges and shit. Like if you can go and drink with absolutely no restriction, there should be no reason you can't go to a place that you're allowed to smoke. I'm sorry. Like this just sounds ridiculous.
Anywhere you can smoke cigarettes, you should be able to smoke a joint.
Like
because there's a lot of still smoke-free bars where you can smoke cigarettes and shit. So why not have a cannabis bar like that?
Like that was the dream.
It still is, bro. Don't let them kill our dream.
Oh no. First off, it's just gonna take a lot longer. We were finally right there after all these years.
Just because we look easily exhausted, we don't exhaust very easily. So
no, dude. I have ADHD. I can multitask.
So do I, bro. I have ADHD, I have ADD, I have SUBR. How do you spell subtract?
I got division, subtraction,
multiplication. I have all of those D's. We're actually on the spectrum, technically.
We got a touch of autism?
Yeah, because ADHD is considered part on the spectrum.
I got a touch of autism.
The tism.
I like it.
I got the
tism game. Let's see here.
It's a superpower, bro.
As long as you're following work requirements and not smoking. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's been my biggest argument, like to this date. What I do when I leave work is my business. As long as my job is done safely, on time, the way it's supposed to be, what is the fucking problem?
Exactly. And also, like, there's so many people that I've worked with in the past that would work drunk and they don't do nothing about it until corporate has to.
Right.
Like, what's the difference?
I've been underground and seen people show up all fucked up, and that's one of those dangerous jobs you can do.
Like, I show up to work sometimes, you know, I used to. I can't say now.
But they argue that people know they can't go to work and drink.
But no, I know people, including myself, that have worked at previous jobs. Well, medicated, and I work just as good, if not better. Listen, and I don't get hurt because I'm more cautious.
To any potential business owner, anyone who owns a business that would be watching this video, you either want a sober worker or a good worker. You're not getting both. Sorry. Nowadays, everyone has a vice. Everyone has a vice.
Yep.
And if you smoke a joint outside of work, there's no hangover. You're not coming to work still screwed up from the night before. Like,
And
You know how many
also-
times I drink myself stupid, sleep for 2 hours, get up, drive myself to work, and then work all day?
Also, if you work a job that constantly doesn't do much for you and just treats you pretty much like the slave that you are in a way, how do you expect us to cope with that type of mental abuse?
My thing is, if you have a medical card, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter because you're a medical patient.
Because
If you're
people,
taking a fucking
Xanax and going to work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Xanax going
Yep.
to work.
You can take Percocet. I mean, they tell you not to drive heavy equipment, but your job will tell you, I mean, yeah, you can still do it. So, totally legal.
I knew a girl I worked with one time a while back. She was all perked out at the register, half asleep, but it was fun for her to be that way because she's medicated.
How many people, and I mean how many people, hi, babe.
Hi.
How many people show up screwed up?
A lot.
How many people still perform their job, even if they're stoned? You know what I mean? Now, how many times you walked in somewhere and could visibly see that somebody's nodding out and shit? That's a problem.
A lot. There's this girl that I worked with. She was clearly like, she wasn't nodding out, but she got that crackhead dance. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
she was dancing in front of the mirror, in front of the fan like this, doing a little crackhead dance. And I'm like, she's not twerking, guys. She got problems. Like
She's doing the bacon.
she shouldn't be here.
But it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's how many people, like, they for business meetings, they literally go and have drinks. Like,
Could you imagine going to
it's
like
part of their
could
job.
you imagine going to this big ass business meeting and you're like, so boss, what are you?
But it should, if I can go and meet for drinks, I should be able to go smoke.
You
Especially if
should.
my job doesn't involve me running heavy equipment. It doesn't involve me in any type of dangerous situation. Like, there shouldn't be a fucking issue if I decide to smoke a joint outside, like, when I go home.
Some of these meetings, in order to make them exciting, you got to be high.
Facts.
Like I was at several business meetings and they're like, oh, let's talk about the next this, that, and the other. I'm like, that's shit we already did. Like,
And it has nothing to do with you. 9 out of
Yeah.
10 when you're sitting there in those meetings, they have nothing to do with you.
no,
But regardless,
because Jimmy Jack Steve showed up to work drunk.
well, let's just say, you know what I mean? Okay, fine. No smoking at work. No smoking while you're, you know what I mean? Just simply smoking at home like you're supposed to, responsibly,
Yeah.
even though the alcoholics and the people that drink don't have to. But let's say you do all that. What should it matter if I'm off the clock? You're not on company property. So, like, it shouldn't matter if you have, and weed is the only thing that stays in your system that long. So you're penalizing somebody for smoking 20 fucking hours, you know what I mean, 15 hours from when they last clocked in.
So I got like it just don't make sense. Why does anybody care if somebody doesn't have to work or before, even before work? As long as you got time to sober up and work, who gives a fuck what you do outside of company time? As long as it doesn't affect your work ethic, I don't even care what the hell you do at work. As long as it doesn't affect your work ethic and you're still a hard worker, I don't give a shit as long as you don't get hurt.
No, I mean, facts. The biggest part of it, like, regardless, is if you want responsible cannabis users, that's fine, and people
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, preemptively try to stop something bad from happening. So, like, you can't say, okay, you guys might decide to smoke and drive, so we're just not going to do it. Like, you can't be in trouble for a crime before you've committed it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the possibility of can't be the end all be all. That's my biggest issue with it.
I agree with it. Sorry, I kind of got the beat.
Because you smoke weed and are patient, you get penalized for it when you're supposed to.
No, and that's the thing. You're not supposed to be able to be discriminated against your
was
race,
his
religion,
message?
whatever.
I didn't know.
Oh, it says
I didn't
it's
catch
saying that because you smoke weed and are a patient, you get penalized for it when you're supposed to be non-discriminatory. And he's right. You're not supposed to be able to be discriminated against because you have a fucking medical card. Most people don't even know. But it shouldn't be the end all be all for you. Like, they're saying you're any less qualified for a job because you smoke outside of work. Like, point blank and period.
It's stupid. It kind of goes against our amendments too, bro. Like,
Oh, dude, everything that they're doing right now is unconstitutional.
yeah, like it's fucked up, bro. Like we actually ruled in 1969 that making weed illegal in the first place is unconstitutional. Then in 1970 they did it anyway. It's
Well,
the same shit going on right now.
yeah, I mean, and all it shows is that, like, they blatantly do not give a shit how we
Oh,
feel as people.
You don't give.
We voted yes for it, and we voted yes for it the way it was. I understood you closing up any gaps that could have potentially been used as a loophole. I understand that. You got to cover your ass.
different bills.
No, yeah, they're trying to make it Senate Bill 9. But even Senate Bill 9, when he was explaining it, said it was still going through the Department of Commerce. It would expand the amount of people who would qualify for a medical card. Like, they never said that they wanted to fucking literally lower the already decently low caps we had on it to begin with. And then for it to affect even CBD to the point where, okay, let's get back on track for a second. The dispensaries won't be open for 9 months, a year. So people are supposed to go 9 months to a year without buying any CBD. The amount of animals that use it outside of narcotics, the amount of recovering addicts that use it outside of narcotics because they can't take pain meds. They're already fucked their stomachs up, so they can't take that much Tylenol and ibuprofen. Like, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. The amount of people who take it instead of melatonin so they can get some sleep.
Exactly, dude. That's what really helps me. I don't want to be melatonin. My body naturally has that shit.
And the more melatonin you take, you deprive your body of melatonin, so then you can't sleep. You develop insomnia. So people use. A lot of people use CBD. People will use CBD in place of different anxiety medications, and you're telling me that now they can't buy it because you've got a hard dick for cannabis, and they can't use topicals. That's the good one. That's the one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro.
Topicals.
That means topicals.
You can't
because you might accidentally ingest it.
You might get high off this lotion.
They said your skin only absorbs 5% of what you put into it, first and foremost. So there's no to say you caught a buzz from a topical, it's not happening.
Hey man, I got high off that topical last
But
night.
you
fucking stupid.
You may accidentally ingest it, and then you would now have. Which, if you're using it, you clearly know it's absorbing into your skin, so it's gonna be there. So what would be the difference if they did decide to take a swig of that lotion? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come the fuck on.
Like, swig of that lotion sounds like a really weird metaphor.
You know what I mean? Like, just in case someone decides to just start licking lotion, you may ingest some CBD.
Be swigging that
0.3% of fucking THC. Come on.
That's what we're gonna see.
The most fucked up part about all of it is if everybody would just stop. Don't go to work. Don't spend a dime at a store. Don't get online. Don't use any businesses. If everybody would do that, we might not get everything we want, but we would get a lot.
But you also know for a fact they have it set to where everyone's making such little money and able to, that you can't survive if you would stop everything for a day.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if we organize that,
If money would fucking crumble.
Yeah, they've been.
all quit doing it.
Oh yeah, they've been trying to.
that's what I'm saying.
People have been trying to do that for years.
Yeah, we just don't have the balls to do it. We're like, we love our food.
We make it. We make it important.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, we
Because,
invented all this.
Like, right. Like, we say this is worth $10. We make that.
Yeah,
Like,
we just created it.
there's no
I explained
no
that. I tried to explain that to my credit card company. the other
Like-
day.
Yeah, facts.
I only earned $10, not
I
10
slipped and accidentally ate lotion. Facts. You see how ridiculous it sounds?
You have kids in school sipping lotion. Is that what they're worried
Right.
about?
Well, because I mean, you know, because everyone's just handing out edibles and stuff. So yeah, we probably would be giving our kids medicated lotion.
They're too
Get out
goddamn
of here.
edibles are too goddamn expensive. They're giving it
Facts.
Like that's why I love Jody. She said, "You want?" So I'm like, I mean, it's gifted, sure, but like,
But like, you know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't give them away.
no, God no.
They're fucking.
You would have to trade at least 3 hours of your work day as far as your pay to afford a pack of gummies.
Yeah.
You have to trade 3 hours of your life for that 5-pack of gummies you're not
we-
giving to your kids.
We need to view work like that because we definitely are underpaid. Because like, my salary is like about 3 Greek yogurts. I need to talk to my GM, bro. I'm worth more than 3 goddamn Greek yogurts, bro.
That's about as stupid as people trying to drink hand sanitizer to get drunk in school.
No, and see
That
that's
happens.
and people drink a
alcoholics
mouthwash.
do it.
Like-
I saw this woman. She was on, I think it was Strange Addiction. Maybe she drank mouthwash,
Yeah, they do. I mean, if they,
Zach Wright, what's up, bub?
but like drinking lotion there that has CBD in it ain't
I
gonna
don't think. So.
get
I don't know. If you're doing that to that level with anything, you're a
Right,
nut.
yeah, you've got a problem.
Yeah, you need
Like with
Doctor.
anything.
Give us a congressman under the age of 40.
these old ones are closed-minded and want to live how they used to live. No, and you're absolutely right. It comes down to people who are just closed-minded.
Old white motherfuckers die out. We might have a chance.
Could you have said this when Bill was on the show, Bill Sites?
Facts.
Like once all these fucking white dudes die off, and the next generation comes in, we might have a shot.
I'm just getting tired of it, man. Like, if you're a cool old dude, I see it. Like, there's a couple of them, but like,
No, and there are.
but like, there should be a term cap. Like, you can't be above a certain.
Well, see, that's the part that gets me. Now, see, there are term limits everywhere except for
the age, the oldness.
No, I mean like you can get 8 years for a president. You get 4 years certain positions.
Senate, that's a
You're there forever.
Robert Byrd's a good example. He was 100 and I don't know when he died.
Like
he was still in the Senate seat. They were handing him papers and holding his hand and making him sign them. That's how.
Look at Mitch McConnell. That man's a walk. He's literally like I don't even. Lights are on. No one's home.
Did he have like a stroke or something on stage recently?
Every time he has a fucking appearance, he does now. He'll be talking and just. You can't tell me that's who's making our laws.
It's not. It's somebody else is handing their.
He's thinking about Jello. That motherfucker could give 2 shits less about what's going on in this country right now.
All I imagine is like you see into his brain. You look at his brain. It's that Beetlejuice and Scary Movie.
Mr. McConnell, how do you feel about abortion? He's just shitting himself.
He's got the Thomas the Train Engine song playing in his head.
Like, I just, you just can't tell.
Just went out the window.
Oh, all of it. Because I mean, okay, you can be. This is ludicrous. This is
ludicrous is cooler than that, bro.
No, he done said move, bitch. Like I'm.
Ludicrous is.
Anyone who plans on voting for these numbnuts next year, just remove yourself from my page now. Because I say we need a massive overhaul on the people that we call state representatives.
Do we have any Democrats in it at all? Because I know neither side really matters, but
no, I think there's a couple, but it's majority Republican.
We make that important too.
Yeah, Democrat and Republicans the same thing. It just depends on what they do.
Yeah,
there's very conservative Democrats and there's very liberal.
Okay, here's
you got it on both sides, but regardless, it's just people. I don't care if Republican, Democrats, they just they're people.
Yeah, the people.
When we were younger and we learned how to do math, it was a certain way to do. Like you did long division. That this way you did more. But now our kids are doing it a different way. It's a whole different like. So if it can be done a different way, it's not fucking real. Like we place importance on 2 + 2 = 4 because if you could do it 8 different ways and get the same answer, it's not real.
Can you explain this to the unwoke folk in the crowd?
It makes zero sense in the fact that
the system's like that.
If we take this sitting down, I'm here to show you right now how quickly you can go from thinking you did everything you were supposed to by the books, and
we did.
They're still going to try to rip the carpet out from underneath you if it's not the way they agree. And to that I say, kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. You said that like Cartman. Kiss my white ass.
Worried about accidentally ingesting lotion, but I don't think there's any restrictions on hand sanitizer. Yeah, see?
You can just hit me a comment on.
I'm catching up. Okay. Larissa Lowe said, Sadie, hi, beautiful. Y'all
oh, they can't see me.
Yeah.
Waving.
That's hilarious.
She just waved at the back of the phone.
No, I was on the air today on the radio, and it's just this is just radio, bro. And I did this every commercial break. They can see me.
Oh, you're gonna
Hi,
fall.
Larissa.
You're gonna fall.
Now you're part of it. We have another.
I
host.
can't.
You good?
No, I don't.
Roll.
Okay. Hi, Kay.
Every kiss begins with a K. Is that true?
Hi, Brandy.
I think it's because of how it's spelled.
Hi, Michelle.
I think.
I thought every K.
Because I don't make the sound before I kiss somebody.
Oh, I thought like every K begins every kiss. Like
there she is. Yep, here I am. They're all excited to see me. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, we ain't.
I'm taking over.
But speaking of which, we do have stand-up comedy coming up. We'll switch back over real quick.
Forgot about that already. You got me really intrigued.
Oh, trust me, it's
I thought everything
coming
existed
down.
for a minute.
That's all that exists for the next 48 hours. If you guys don't make those phone calls and emails, I promise you, whoa, I'm going to come unglued. But comedy at the gym, Calligraphy is performing live. How many DJs we got? What do we have going on?
We have Louis is DJing the event and hosting the event.
I'm hoping Niger pops back in too.
We also have, of course, we have a new stand-up comedian on the bill. I noticed just popped up.
Yeah, Michael Alisea.
Plug.
I'm hoping he really goes through with it. I'm hoping he does because I get to. First off, that man doesn't speak a lot, but when he says shit, it is hilarious. And I hope y'all get to see the plug that you don't get to see when these cameras are on.
It's gonna be funny because that motherfucker's hilarious.
When he knows there's no proof that he just said some shit, oh my god!
Don't tell him there's plenty of proof because Kino is now announced as our videographer for the event.
Yes, shout out Kino, bro. Busy Bee Productions.
Amazing guy. And we also have AR Design Photography.
I need to send Laquifa a message because I want to get Laquifa there. Bad. Shout out my boy Green. I love the Laquifa character. We have to work with her. It's happening. I'm going to get her there.
We can do it like at the end of like your set or whatever.
I just want her there, walking around. Just be Ratchet in all your Ratchet glory.
Ratchet.
I need it.
I thought you wanted her to be part of the show. That'd be cool.
I mean, if I can get Laquifa to do it, cool. But I just want her there to take pics. Like, listen, I have a whole like Medea style skit set up with her ratchet ass in my mind. The new guy and Laquifa are gonna meet, and it's gonna be epic.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's gonna happen. Yes, we need Laquifa. See, facts. Need the info. I got you. The info for the emails that need to be sent are actually on Billy Blaze's page. The info for the Comedy at the Gym, Mike Usenick's page, mine, Sable Vance. This shit is going down, dude.
I love you, bro, but you're over here going all directions.
That's because it's on different pages. We're on, you know what I mean?
I didn't pass the sign language class.
I'm trying to like turn signal, you know what I mean?
But yeah, you can find the
Little whack on, whack off, or however they said it.
you can find the ticket information. You can either get tickets from Matt or you can go on allmylinks.com/official Mike Usenick.
And if you guys missed that show last time, you missed just ask around. We've hacked that place out. So you're not going to miss it. The tickets are going incredibly quick. Also, We Suit Heroes stickers have finally dropped. Get a hold of me, Billy Blaze. Shirts are on their way. Like, you got to get your official We Suit Hero merch today. Get a hold of us. Like, I think it's $2 for one, or you get 3 stickers for $5. Get a hold of us. They're absolutely fucking dope. I wish I'd have thought about it and brought some out, but you know what I mean? I was sidetracked with legalization stuff because I'm sorry, like I would never have even pushed for this hard if I knew this was the outcome. Like they said, oh, you guys wanted to push that without our permission? Ha! Watch this. And they let us go on thinking because that's all the only thing that they played that shit like.
When I saw that list of things they wanted to change, I thought what happened at the house was they accidentally deleted the file and they tried making up for it, like rewriting.
Yeah, they just wrote the entire thing.
Yeah, but they changed the whole fucking thing.
The main thing they had talked about was increasing the taxes. They wanted to, instead of making, which again, cannabis was trying to help with recovery. Yep. They had 30% of this bill going to addiction, counseling, and recovery.
And they changed it.
And they threw that completely out. So don't you fucking dare say it has anything to do with making the opiate epidemic fucking worse.
Because that don't make any goddamn sense if you're taking away the program that's helping people.
They threw it completely away and decided they'd rather give the funding to retraining police.
Oh, I mean, they need a whole new college program, but still, like...
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that there's not good cops. And I'm not saying that police and law enforcement don't need more training and constant retraining. Yes, they do. Because
what's that gonna do with weed, though? Like,
nothing.
Help with the opioid in the first, bro.
Let alcohol fund all the fucking police retraining.
Most of them drink anyway, and that's why they are.
Because they have to. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they have to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why alcohol should fund it. Because
if they were allowed to smoke the way they should be, you'd have a lot chiller cops. You have a lot less cops with their finger on the fucking trigger.
I was about to say there'd be a lot less shooting, bro.
Facts.
They'd be using tasers.
They'd be like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like, if it's really serious, okay, cool. Like
that kid, he's all right. He's just making a little bit of noise. Fuck the neighbors.
Most cops are drinking because they're. I mean, let's face facts. They are like the least respected, but they're like the most yet least respected job ever.
Next time a politician comes at you and says, "Well, if we legalize it, it'll cause more crime." Well, explain Amsterdam.
Right.
Their cops don't have to use guns at all.
Right.
Like they've never. They interviewed this one.
And they have one of the lowest crime rates.
They interviewed this one guy who was a cop, and he's been on the force for 40 years. Uses his gun once. And the guy interviewing was like, "So is weed legal in this country?" He's like, "Actually, the way we do things is a lot different than the United States. I wish we'd adopt this. What you do in the privacy of your own home, no matter what the law says,
is your business.
As long as you're not hurting somebody else, it's none of their business." Like, let's say they show up for a domestic dispute on somebody, and they find a pound of weed. They're not there for that. They leave it the fuck alone. It's his. He's not doing anything illegal with it at that moment that you caught him. So none of our business. We'll handle the dispute that's at hand.
They're too busy in our country trying to stop shit before it happens, which is not even legal.
That's
You're
not how the law works.
until proven guilty.
That's not how the law works.
Like, I hate that you have to explain this. So again, does law enforcement need retrained? Yes.
You know what this is like, bro? Let's say like I get pulled over in the next couple of days. And the cop comes up and be like, "You know why I pulled you over? Why? I thought you might have been speeding later."
Yep.
You might start speeding. So here.
You look like you might start speeding at some point in time. So
here's your ticket. I'm like, what the fuck? Could you imagine if that's how the law worked? That'd be fucked up. Officer Doofy comes up to your window.
Right. Just, you know what I mean? Like, and they wonder why there is such disdain between, you know what I mean, the government. They want people voting. They want people to participate. But at the end of the day, for what?
Yeah.
For what?
Like
most people would rather smoke weed than take pills. Facts.
Yeah.
I would.
I know a state trooper that drinks like a fish, and he didn't mind me smoking either. No, and that's most cops do. That's what the cops have the highest divorce rate. They have the highest alcoholism rate, the highest domestic violence, and that's because they're frustrated. They spend all day getting shit talked to them. They can't really say too much back, otherwise they're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like they're in a lose-lose situation, which is why again, you don't hear me out here saying fuck the police and shit. Like I don't. They're regular people. But they're also needing to understand the law a whole lot better.
Yeah, and also like,
all right,
the cops do not have to read the Bill of Rights. They don't have to read the Constitution, and they think they're the fucking judge, jury, and executioner. No, your job is to get the criminal to the judge in one piece.
Yep.
Not shoot them. That's not your job. Your job is to get them there in one piece.
And you're not there to teach life lessons. You're not there to punish anybody. Like
it's not your job.
Like you're not supposed to be like searching for other shit. Like deal with what's at hand. If they give you a reason,
like
then okay. Like and that's how it's supposed to be anyway. If you're not breaking the law, you don't have to speak to them.
Because what's on your private property technically isn't breaking the law as long as nobody is hurt. It's public. That's what we're paying them to be, is a public entity, not a private entity.
Right.
To protect the public.
Like they're all private investigators, and they're not.
Even if you walk past the window, you see somebody smoking from a bong or whatever. That's none of law enforcement's fucking business. Their job is to handle the public street.
Well, and that's like with going back to the fucking thing. I understood with medical, they want you vaping and using dry herb vapes.
Yeah.
Well, now it's the people that voted no and the children
that voted no.
No, just to protect the kids from having to smell it. They want everyone to keep vaporizing so that no one can bust you. So then, why am I allowed to light a cigarette?
Exactly. Because that's a lot more toxic than a fucking joint.
Why am I allowed to smoke a cigarette?
Yeah.
Like and I can buy cigarettes anywhere, like everywhere.
Cigarettes, cigars, you can buy all that shit, bro. Like you can even find dry tobacco.
Right, roll as much as you want.
Yeah, like. You can't have that with weed. They're like, oh no, you have to only have this.
Right.
You can drive around. You can grow your own tobacco, and you can drive around with pounds of it on the back of your car as long as you didn't sell it to nobody.
Yep.
You're fine. So that's okay with individuals committing crimes or not weed.
Right. And how many people? Look how many people get drunk and do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like
And I'm not saying anything about against the people that go to back. I'm just saying if that's legal, so should. Sorry, go ahead. I just want to clear myself up.
No, but you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I just the hypocrisy of all of it, because we've made everything else so mainstream. We can't advertise cannabis, so businesses that are cannabis related aren't allowed to advertise. We got to protect the children, but we can advertise any alcohol we want at any point in time, at any sporting event, on any fucking child's uniform, on any given Sunday, on every football field, on every boxing ring, on every fucking billboard, ever.
And fun school events.
Right. No problem. Bars and grills all the time.
Do you know why it's so acceptable? Because the alcohol companies who paid for day.
Yeah, which that was a joke.
Because they have ties in with the government. That's why they're allowed.
Like that's, you know what I mean? Like, but that is totally okay.
It's
And
not.
it kills people per capita more than anything else in the fucking world.
See, I don't think it's appropriate myself, tobacco, alcohol, any of that, even weed,
No.
to be displayed at that manner and be like advertising is fine on daytime, like on television, but like to have it displayed during children's hours.
Right. Well, I'm saying like sporting events, shit like
and
that.
shit like that.
If that's the case, it shouldn't be allowed.
that too. Like,
Unless it's a professional team.
I don't believe in any of it.
Professional team, fine. That is all grown adults. That is geared for adults.
kids.
Like, you know what I mean? But like kids leagues and shit, there shouldn't be allowed to do. None of it should be allowed to be. But I'm just saying it's perfectly okay and perfectly acceptable.
I just want to clear that up so that people.
But they're so worried that those kids might see the weed leaf. So you would rather them see the cigarette
yeah,
and alcohol billboards? That's not teaching them the same thing that you're worried about with weed?
and alcohol.
You know what I mean? Like, is it?
You don't have to lock your fucking alcohol up in your house.
No, I mean,
Like-
you don't. But like the biggest like issue I'm having with all of it, and I mean like the biggest issue, if I'm advertising alcohol and I'm advertising tobacco and kids are allowed to see that, they can drink at sporting events, they can smoke outside of them. That's all totally okay, but you're not as worried with that as you are with weed because they might see a pot leaf.
Yeah, that don't make no goddamn sense.
What the fuck?
Bro, once we win this battle, we need to spend as much money as we need to start our own NFL team. Call it the Ohio Pot Leaves.
I guarantee you, we have a big enough reach. Somebody that has some money, get a hold of us.
The Ohio Pot Leaves.
We got an idea for you.
Not to interrupt your thought.
No, that was actually, I would love to see that happen.
The Ohio Pot Leaves. It looks like a Maple Leafs logo, but it's a pot leaf.
Right, with the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
A weed leaf with two Buckeyes.
Looks like a dick. Yeah, but upside down.
Speaking of dick,
Oh, God.
so you know that I have
We need
little,
stickers too. Got you.
those little crystal dicks. They're
Yeah.
like they're different crystals, like healing crystals, whatever. But they're shaped like dicks, just to be funny.
Keychains.
Whatever,
Oh,
they're keychains. So I put it on their keys and I put it on my purse. At our daughter's basketball game,
Speaking of basketball games and things inappropriate.
a little girl sitting next to me
No.
was like playing with her tablet right next to my keys. And she's got like this little girl with a little whale spout, and she's got on her little Grinch pajamas, adorable little Christmas tree clips in her hair, and she reaches over and grabs the black dick keychain. I swear to God, her mother wanted to kill me dead.
Should be watching your kid, I guess.
Why is your kid picking up my keys?
Why?
You probably shouldn't have it on the key ring.
I know, but I didn't. I didn't think about that. And then I look down in my purse as I'm sliding the keys away, and I'm like, shit, there's a pink dick right there on the purse.
That was funnier. That punchline was great.
She just went and she found this little bag of them
Bag of dicks.
and just started clipping the little key rings to everything. I've been finding little fucking onyx
Yeah,
dicks all over
You're
the
not
place.
supposed to take your school events.
No.
No.
I take
No,
off
you're
my
right
weed
on
gun
it.
necklace.
But she's out here displaying her pink and black dick
The first time I went up to Maddie's volleyball game, I forgot I had my necklace on. I'm so used to it being there. You know what I mean? Which luckily,
yeah, like this.
yeah,
I have to tuck it for work.
like
I always forget it pops out from time to time. But yeah,
I'm just, you know what I mean? It's always there. Like I don't notice it's there. So I walk in, I'm just sitting there. I go into the concession stand. I order my drinks and was getting everybody their snacks. And the lady kept looking at it, and I didn't really pay attention to what she was looking at. She kept trying to figure out. Then finally, she's, "What's that on your necklace?" And I just a clump of gold, smelted into a ball.
I'm glad I wasn't there because like my ADHD does not let me lie to anybody. I'm like, oh, that's a wheat nug. It's golden. Like some weird fucking Chris Farley skit.
Oh,
like,
dude! As soon as she said it, I was like, "It's just a clump of gold."
You should have
just
said.
walked.
You should have said, like, it's a clump of gold. You put it back.
No, I was like,
save me from my shop.
I remember the saying from when I grew up: "God is good, man is not. Man made beer, God made pot." No, I mean,
and you're not wrong. That's one of those things that, like,
And I'll smoke it a lot.
it's not man-made. It grows here. Like, you don't have to change it. There's no process to it.
But look,
Like,
if you want to be legal, look at all the famous potheads compared to the famous alcoholics.
facts.
Like how well they've aged. Fucking Willie Nelson's 192, and he might be at the halftime show next year.
right, and Sam still performs.
Of course.
He's still up there. You're always on my mind.
Yeah.
You're
He's like,
always on my
roll
mind.
me up in smoke, man, when I die. Like, but I know other songs. But I'm a Willie dude. I love this song.
You like Willie?
I love Willie.
I know you do.
Get that on recording. I need that as a ringtone.
Put that on a loop.
I get that on a ringtone, bro.
But no, so are you ready for the comedy thing?
See, I always.
I can't believe we're that close, dude.
I'm
The
always
10th, get your tickets.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm always nervous right before I go on stage or 2 days before. Like I get nervous, but like I'm one of them comedians that like I gotta be. I don't really plan too much. Like I got stories up here, but it's ADHD. What my set was yesterday ain't gonna be the same set today. So like I keep changing out stories and adding ones. So I don't even know what my set is. I just go up there, grab the microphone, and whatever the last thing that I thought, boom. And I think that's the joy of my comedy because like I have the sense of humor that is just edgy enough to hopefully not get me canceled.
You've gotten better. You've gotten better.
About docking?
You've gotten better. And listen, I don't care. That part will always stay in my comedy skit. That one stays. Because again, for those of you that don't know,
I'm the only man that had the balls to say some shit like that.
the very first time he ever met Billy Blaze in person, my man walks up to him. What are your feelings on docking? What did you just get me fired for?
You didn't even know. You had no idea. Oh,
Had never even heard of it.
you're a man now.
I was there Googling, and I felt my jaw and my eyes as wide as they could possibly be.
You know what the fucked up part is, though? He never Googled it. He
didn't have to. I looked at him immediately and said, "Don't." Immediately, don't do it. I've read some Urban Dictionary in my day. Good God.
Mikey, you are my favorite comedian. I get blessed with your fucked up sense of humor every day.
Larissa, you're absolutely.
I love Larissa. She's awesome.
Dude, Larissa's fucking solid as hell.
It's like awesome.
Solid as hell.
Like I absolutely love following what I'm getting because like a lot of my humor doesn't shine through in my stand-up. You got to think of the shit that I say like not up there because you got to think, bro. Like people are getting canceled left and fucking right, but thanks to my favorite autistic comedian, Theo Vaughn, comedy is coming back. I would love to, and everybody at WTFC Radio has told me this at least once. We need to sit me and Theo Vaughn down.
I want in on that. Because my issue is you guys don't get to hear everything that I think because I know most of it will get me.
I've heard it. Me and you've gone rounds, bro.
I have a very fucked up sense of humor. And you have to be a little fucked up to even deal with me, let alone get along with
Bro,
me.
some of the jokes, me and Calligraphy joke with each other would have people's jaws drop, but we're all just fucking dying laughing at each other. And that's how dark it is.
Jag's sense of humor
It's fucked up.
Oh my god, dude! First off, shout out Jagged Up also
I love
and
that.
Calligraphy. Also,
I love all of them.
with the guitar player's almost done with Right My Wrongs.
See, like, I love everybody in Calligraphy, but people notice that I tag Jag a lot. And that's not because I like him, just I see him.
Well, yeah, no, and Jag, I talk to Jag like a lot, often. You know what I mean?
He told
Like I
me,
see Means today though, so shout out Chris Means. Here she comes to the store today.
Means
Love you,
is
bub.
just busy. Like,
Yeah,
and I love that man for that.
yeah, no, he stays busy. He's running a company. I mean, by any means.
And I'm not saying Jag don't either, but Jag is always in the studio working. Like, he's working his ass off in the studio. And that's why we see him more.
Jag puts in work in that studio.
He's fucking a monster.
Like he puts it, him, Maul, and Manny. I have to give them. Kadesh is in there a lot, and Kadesh is incredibly talented.
Well, I'm always there in the morning. Everybody shows up in the evening. So that's
Yeah.
why I was here.
Jag is always in the studio,
Always. From 8 a.m. until he goes to bed.
even when
Sometimes
he's
earlier than that.
if he's not in the studio, he's somewhere around music. I promise you.
Oh, yesterday.
I told Mikey, he was like, if Jim Carrey, Theo Vaughn, and Weird Al had a baby.
No, you're not wrong at all.
Wait till you hear my music. The Coops heard some of it.
I can't wait. Also, March 16th.
Did you sign me up for something?
No,
Okay, yeah. I was
I'm
ready to
going to be doing. Well, you probably still should. It'll be my first set.
March, man.
16th.
Send that to me in a message right afterwards, because I will forget to put it in the
Nothing but
request.
scars. I'm doing a 5-song set with them.
That's gonna be awesome.
I haven't gotten to do heavy metal vocals in a very long time. I am incredibly excited.
I love it. I only really.
I was just telling the kids in the car, Man in the Box came up, and I was telling them that the first time we hung out, like after I had my little crush on you as the lead singer of the band, and the first time we hung out, you sang that song on Guitar Hero, and I sang what song did I sing? Something by
That was the
Miranda.
whitest thing I've ever heard, dude.
I sung something by Miranda Lambert, Gunpowder and Lead, and we fell in love.
Rock
right
band
then
love
and there.
story, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
we used to get together every weekend. We would drink, smoke, and play rock band. So listen, there was a lot worse things we could have been
No
doing.
wonder she fell in love with you, bro. That's awesome. That's a date.
We was and we would get it in. My buddy lived out in the cut. There was no neighbors that could like
He used to
stop
ask the
us.
drum.
Bro, we had that shit cranked. He had big speakers hooked up to it. And I'm the dog who gets beat. We was into it.
Show my nose,
Real shit. Won't you come and save me?
That whole Seattle scene, though, bro. Soundgarden, Pearl Jam.
Was all
Melvins.
one loud, long vowel.
Ever listen to the Melvins, though? They're the original grunge band.
Oh yeah.
In 1980s, bro. Did you know that one of the grunge bands, but not from Seattle, one of the first Canadian grunge bands? Do you want to play a little trivia? What was one of the first ever Canadian grunge bands? You are not going to guess this.
Sum 41.
No. Look at this photograph. Nickelback, before they became huge, they released 2 grunge albums in the early 90s.
Really?
Amazing.
Really?
Their first 2 albums were grunge albums.
I like Nickelback.
Nickelback, every single song was like a one-word title.
I don't like.
I
I
love
don't
Nickelback.
understand.
I do too.
Because
But
it's
like,
cool to hate them, just like Five Finger Death Punch. You're edgy if you hate them.
see,
I like them.
me with Five Fingers, it's not that I feel I'm edgy. I just don't.
I like
them.
their older stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
I like
always
their older
love them.
stuff.
Because Ivan Moody is one of the
I like
most
Ivan Moody.
humble human beings ever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they do a lot for the troops, but he does a lot of like Make-A-Wish shit. Like,
See, I'm not denying that. Just musically, I'm not a fan.
oh yeah, I get it. I like their older stuff, but I mean, daddy issues. Like,
I
we're there.
I like their earlier shit too, but then they started to get, just to me, like, it seemed like they released one guitar riff and like, okay, we'll just do that. Because they're all very talented musicians, but they choose a very simplistic style.
And I feel like they do that
That's the
because they
same as
have.
Great White Buffalo or White Buffalo.
Yeah.
I wish it was true. All of their songs.
Yep.
are the same. And
But
like
it
the
sounds good.
vocalist is so talented. The guitar player is
It's
so
just all
talented.
slow and somber.
You're right, they could do
Makes you wanna
so
cry
much
and dance at the
more.
same
I just almost hit my lighter. Give me my vape
Did
back.
you know? Fun music trivia you probably didn't know. Jason Hook. What was his gig before 5 Finger Death Punch? I'm about to make you shit your pants because you probably don't know this.
Well, then I got one for you after this. Go ahead.
He was the touring guitarist for Alice Cooper, and he appeared on his album Along Came a Spider.
You know, I've also heard that he was also the original lead singer of Slipknot. Before Moto Grader.
That's what I heard, but Slipknot had a singer that still performed. It's weird. He performs that first Slipknot album. That's his like thing. He just performs the album that he was on, and then he leaves. Like that's his kind of thing.
But yeah, no, he was supposedly the original, like the
Well,
very
before that
beginning.
guy.
Yes, and then when they split off, he went and started Moto Grader.
The other guys know the name. Where'd they come from?
I don't know.
Because they just kind of like the other ones. I knew Jason Hook because I saw him live the first time ever.
Zoltan's from the Netherlands, but I know he was in some like thrash metal band.
Zoltan sounds like he's from like Dungeons and Dragons, bro. Like,
no offense. he sounds either that or like some like astronaut camp or something. He's like their deity. Zoltan. Zoltan. But I'll tell you what, dude can shred on the guitar.
Okay.
So
they are talented musicians. It's just every time that I've seen them, it's like one big song. It's just, but like I just saw them somewhat, well, not recently, but like a few years ago.
But no, it's the cool thing to hate them.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are a lot of people like that. Like Creed.
I hate Creed.
I
liked Alter Bridge.
Did you listen to fucking Triamonte solo shit? The guitarist of both bands?
Yeah.
Like death metal?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, huh? You mean to tell me, oh, wow, man, because like, oh, like,
Scott Stapp just doesn't do it.
They should find a new singer.
Yes.
Eddie Vedder.
I can deal with it. I can deal with it. But I'm sorry. I just, with the exception of a couple fucking songs that the radio beat to death.
However, there is a band that would make you change your mind on Scott Stapp as the singer. He's just bad touch with Creed. Look up Art of Anarchy. They're much heavier than what Creed was, but it's Scott Stapp singing. It was originally Scott Weiland singing for them. And then they replaced him with Scott Stapp, and like, that's not a good choice. And then Scott started fucking singing.
They just needed another Scott.
They
just wanted another Scott.
Art of Scott.
They already had it. They already had Scott tattooed on them. They're like, man, what am I gonna do with this?
Like, well, now Scott Stapp's back at Creed. We gotta find another Scott.
I'm sure there's another one somewhere.
Probably Scott. What's another Scott from that era? I think they ran out of Scots. They're essentially Scottless.
Storch.
They're essentially Scottless.
ADHD.
Scott Steiner.
Big pop. Just like start fucking.
He can start bench pressing the guitar.
That dude was fucking jacked.
I love the White Buffalo song for Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, absolutely. Come join the murder.
Let's see. Remember Hunger Strike?
Like, I don't really blame bands.
Matt, can we hear some more Tyler
What did I even say? Tyler Childers.
Tyler Childers, what?
From you, please.
All right, maybe.
Nobody asked me to sing.
Get at me after the show. 20 stickers. Frank, got you. Blues about business for sure. Facts. Just get caught up.
You're good, brother. You're good with the chat and shit. We got to figure out a way to do this on the screen or some shit.
Yeah, you need to have somebody reading the comments as you guys are.
Well, that and I need to stop being lazy and just set my phone up.
Bro, you ain't lazy. You just take on too much.
Facts.
And then you think you're lazy because you're missing like 30 of your 90 things you're supposed to do.
Because I should be getting all of them.
You know how I know? You know how I know? Because I do the same shit. I'll be sitting there and people's like, how do you come up with all these ideas? I'm like, I go to a magical place called the Spectrum. That's where I go to get all my ideas.
I follow the Rainbow Road right to the Spectrum.
Can I steal that for a publisher?
Yes. You can have it.
It's the Rainbow Road and fucking
follow the Rainbow Road. We're heading to the Tism. No one sees the tism.
It's like the fucking our version of Wizard of Oz. I'm trying to find the tism. Follow the which road? I think it's this one.
On our way. We're on our way to Spectrum City.
You know what my favorite internet provider is? Spectrum. That was a good one.
And we just got canceled right there.
I'm on the Spectrum. They can't cancel me, bro. They can't.
I'll see you Friday. I'm gonna head to bed. Gotta get to
All
work early. Have a good night,
Love you,
Sparks.
man. Love you, guys.
We aren't gonna hold you guys too much longer.
I made fun of my own
Who
kids.
wants me to sing?
Which one, dude?
Larissa.
No, I meant which song.
She just said Tyler Childers. So
No, fuck that. If you're gonna sing, you get to choose, bro.
No, she likes that, and I like
No,
those.
bro. Let's sing Spice Girls. Something.
Spice up your life.
That needs to be my ringtone. Every time you call, it's just you. Spice up your life. It's like fucking doing the. I had the Spice Girls movie, and I still do. Spice World. I have it on VHS. I found it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't even seen a copy of that, and I couldn't tell you how
I
long.
can bring that ancient piece of garbage over.
I don't have one of the Mystic Magic boxes that make those tapes go.
I do.
You still have a VCR?
You underestimate me.
How far into the fucking basement did you dig for that one?
My newest game system. Do you want to guess what my newest game system is?
Super Sega.
No, I'm a little advanced than that, bro. Xbox 360, bro. That's my most advanced one. I had a PlayStation 4, but it broke. So I'm like, fucking, I ain't buying anything new. I'm sitting there. I have a Sega Genesis at my house. I have a Nintendo 64. I might have a PlayStation 1
I have a
somewhere.
PS2. Wow.
See, like nobody until they start allowing us, and this is me, another petition I'm starting. We're gonna be like fucking advocates for this too. We're gonna be on the streets. We need to get PlayStation game systems to fucking backwards compatible, all of them.
Xbox did.
Yeah,
Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
The newest one is backward compatible. You can play any Xbox game at any point in time on the Xbox Series X. We have one.
We asked for that with PlayStation. You know what they did? Oh, we created the PlayStation Network.
So you can go buy them.
No, you just pay it like fucking like Netflix, and you just play whatever on their library. But it's not all the games. It's whatever games they choose that month for you to play.
Yeah, see, Xbox, you just grab the old games, pop it in.
And you
It's
can play with
nice.
people online, like on stream and shit, which is fucking nice.
Yep. And a lot of people do that shit. You know what I mean? Like that, I've seen a lot of people playing like a lot of the older games and stuff while streaming. I would rather watch some of the old side scrollers than most of the new games, even though the graphics are crazy.
Did you want to promote some stuff before we go?
Yeah.
I don't like to go. I'm used to doing a 4-hour radio show now. This felt like it went by in 5 minutes, bro. Once you do a 4-hour show, like,
Yeah, no facts. You guys need to make sure you guys are tuning in to them every day. Also, make sure you
except for Saturdays and Sundays, it's just weekday show.
we got a little something for you coming up with that one.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, my weekends are about to be full. Because I can go live on TikTok again on my dad's account, and I can go live on Clapper.
No. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, Clapper's cool. Like, Clapper's amazing, but people need to move. In order for it to be even more amazing, people got to move from, not leave TikTok, but go.
Over to Clapper, yeah. No, because that's where I'm going to be putting a lot of my content because I
going
don't have
live.
to worry about it coming down, and I can go live on my main account. And if you, wait, hold on.
If you go live on Clapper, dude, you can smoke weed on there. They don't care.
If I'm doing anything from Tyler Childers, it's going to be Nose of the Grindstone. Because that is like, I mean, I love anything from Tyler Childers, but that is probably my absolute all-time favorite song from him.
Well, I need like napkins and paper towels or something.
Probably not, because I haven't sang it for a long time. So
You're starting to get there, though. You're getting that southern twang. You get really ready for these. You're like,
you have to, because if you don't fucking do it right, it sounds ridiculous.
I'm not winning whenever I do like Aussie karaoke because I go, oh God, become the person.
Become another
Oh
person.
God, we're going to do bad eye. Let's get it going.
And then you hear every word he says crystal clear,
Yeah.
like he's 40 years old.
my woman, guys.
As long as he's singing. If he just sang to everybody, you'd understand everything Ozzy ever says.
Your child tilters.
Child tilters.
I think that's what you're saying.
Make sure if you guys have a chance, get a hold of us so you don't miss out on these tickets. They are going quick. $15 a person.
That's it.
Dude, Comedy at the Gym. You're
And
not
it's
going to
big
want to
film.
miss this. Yes, shout out Kino Films.
Shout out
Busy
AR.
B. AR, yes. Photographer. I'm sorry, I just got to have that one filled in on me like when we got here.
You're
So
good, bro.
we're getting there. But
It was all announced in one day, bro.
you've only got a couple days left. You're not going to miss this show. I'm just saying. Also, make sure you guys check out Dabbing with Dads every Friday, 9:30, only on YouTube and Facebook. We've been kind of crossing the stream. It is what it is.
I've done that once. It was awkward. It was at a urinal.
It's, especially if you look at each other in the eye.
I told you not to. You just wanted to.
I had to.
It's odd. But also, guys, check out WTHC Radio every morning from 8 a.m. till noon. Buds and Banter is live, but you have to get the TuneIn app or the Live 365. And also, check out Breakfast Buds. Another good morning show. And check out,
Shout out Weedosaurus Rex, Bubba. Absolutely love you.
and also anybody on WTHC.
Facts, dude. The hippie beaner stuff.
We got Cannabis Chronicles at noon. We've got the night show with Envy. But the morning show, the morning show is where you're going to wake up. You're going to wake and bake with us. Go on the Discord, go into the little waiting room. We might bring you on the show. It is live on Live 365 and TuneIn. I prefer TuneIn.
I'm going to have to pop it.
You need to get a TuneIn app, bro. Listen to it while you're at work.
I'll download it.
Because they play music. They got DJs, all kinds of shit, bro.
I'll download it. And you guys should.
And also, with what my understanding, anyway, with the Breakfast Bud show is our shows aren't really competing because they're on at the same time.
Right.
But while we're talking, they are like running like commercial talk, doing whatever they need to do while playing our show.
Right.
And then during our commercial, they do their show. So it's kind of like we switch commercial.
Right. So you just kind of bounce back and forth.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
we
my
should go
understanding
with
of how it's going. So we're fun at the time.
And Dabbing with Dads will be appearing on WTHC Radio here directly very soon. Make sure you guys are looking out for all of that.
Oh, that's what you're talking about, weekend. I was getting the same
Set notifications so you don't miss any of them.
number. And you can find it all on allmylinks.com. We need to get our own too. Allmylinks.com/official Mike Youth.
Only strains coming soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be both of us, and then we're gonna have receptions.
Daddy worked like a mule minding Pike County coal. Fucked up his back, couldn't work anymore. He said, one of these days you'll get out of these hills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the pills.
This man, I'm moist.
Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's too much in this world I can't seem to shake. But I remember your words, Lord, they bring me chills. Keep your nose on the grindstone, not of the pills.
Love y'all. Much love. Go ahead.